everybody, and welcome to Spooky Things. We are having an interesting evening already. Um, Hope everybody's week is going, excuse me, going really good for you. It's already Tuesday, and it's almost the end of the month. This is bizarre. It's gone by so quick. And saying that, our Para-Comi-Con is coming up next month on the 14th and 15th. Talking about the Para-Comi-Con. We have a guest tonight, and his name is Brad Courtway, and he does, let me see if I can get this right, Kobudo. Ko- Kobudo. No, it's
Kobudo.
Kobudo.
Yes, ma'am.
Kobudo. Kobudo framing. So he does all kinds of frames. Well, I'm going to let him describe it to you, but he's going to be at the Para-Comi-Con. So he'd be the guy to go to in case you need anything special framed or anything like that. Come and see him at the Para-Comi-Con. He's going to be a vendor there. And I bet you he's going to whip you up something really nice. Brad, tell us about what's going on.
Hi, Debbie. First, thanks for having me on. I'm super excited
Oh,
about this. Um,
thank you for
and
coming.
I'm super excited for the Comic Con also. We had a
I
lot of
know,
fun last
right?
year. Uh, Basically, what we do here at Kobudo Frames is it's martial arts related. Picture frames is our foundation. Um, it started out inspired by my son. He got to a tournament, and some of the pictures they took were ridiculously awesome. And I just figured I was like, yeah, it the pictures deserve something more than just a regular square frame that you can pick up anywhere. So I sat down and started sketching things out, and I come up with a few designs, and things just escalated from there.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you do like a wide variety of framing?
We do. I got some of them here behind me. Let me grab one here. Um, but this is our faux frame. It's
Is that your son?
That's my son. Yes, that's one of the pictures they took.
Wow.
But this was our very first style that we made because he was really big into working with the bow at the time, and we just kind of made several of those, and then moved on to making trying to get other designs, and just kept going. And now we're making. Um, I have sports themed picture frames. Um, that I'm struggling a little bit on finishing one of them, but we've got pretty much all the big sports covered now.
That's really neat. Um, because I know, I mean, there's a lot of people that have like baseball shirts, football shirts, shirts like that. And it's hard to get them framed. Not everybody can frame stuff like that. And sometimes they get them framed, but they're like, it's just, there was just always something missing about it because it's not a sports themed kind of a frame. So with you doing that, that really kind of just fits the bill totally right there. So you can almost like customize it to the item that they have, the picture or whatever, to the frame itself. You can make the frame to fit that particular picture.
Right. And that's kind of what we zeroed in on is, things, really talking points in your house, unusual, unique, something to really savor that memory for that the picture encapsulates. Just kind of give it an extra layer of pop to the picture. Um, you
Nice.
were talking about the baseball. Is this is our baseball picture frame.
Oh,
Put a shelf on there. We got a couple of hooks underneath so you can hang keys or um, you know hats, gloves, um, things like that.
that's really cool. So it's not just picture frames. You do other things.
Yes. Our biggest seller turns out to be our belt displays, and
Oh, okay.
we have these. I scoured the internet for oh a good 3 months before I zeroed in on a design that I wanted to make, and we come up with the it's a modular, and by that we have just your standard your main part back there, and then the belts come off, and you can add to it or take away from.
Oh, wow.
And we start out with 10 because that takes you from white belt all the way through black belt. And if you continue uh, your progression from there, you can keep adding each level of black belt beyond that to your rack. And uh, I know the style that my son practices, and I recently just started too. There's I believe it's 18 total belts that they can get. Um,
Oh, I didn't know they went that high.
yeah, you got the white through black, which I believe is 10, if I remember right. Or no, I'm sorry, 8. And then you have uh, the 10 levels of black belt.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought black belt was it. I didn't know there was more levels above that.
Oh, once you get that first black belt, I learned this one not too long ago. Once you get that first black belt, that's the beginning. Everything else is just laying the foundation.
Oh,
So it's
I
pretty.
learned something tonight.
Eh, I'm always learning stuff with this, with martial arts and everything. It's a really interesting uh, lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. And it truly is a lifestyle. I mean, you not only do the physical end of it, but it's the way that you eat, it's the way that you think, it's the way that you handle yourself, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct there. I know just the level of confidence that it brings for is astounding. I've watched my son he grow up doing this. I think I think he's about 6 years into it now, um,
Wow.
and he is definitely something special. I mean,
Now,
uh,
how
he
old is he now?
he's 13 now. He's a
So he
freshman in high school.
started, oh, okay. Oh, at 13,
Yeah,
he's a
he'll
smart
be.
cookie.
He is. And we actually got started in our whole martial arts journey because of him. There was actually a bullying incident on the bus, and
Oh,
yeah, well he wasn't the the victim or the perpetrator. He was a bystander in it, and he just stuck up for another kid that was being bullied by I think it was like two or three other kids, and I just figured, I if you're going to be a superhero like that, you need somebody to teach you more than I can. So um, we started we started from there.
so he's been doing it for about 6 years. So he's
Karate,
really, I
yes,
mean, yeah, for a 13-year-old to have stuck with something for 6 years, that's big. That's a big deal. I couldn't
absolutely.
keep mine interested in something for one season.
I give them the opportunity every year when we re-sign up to you know do you want to keep going or do you want to call it here and try something new? And he keeps going every year, so it's all his
It
choice.
takes a lot of dedication. It certainly does. I know when I was showing horses, and I did that for a long time. Once I got my championship, I was like, well, I got there. Now
What
what?
next?
What next? What am I going to conquer next?
Oh
So
yeah.
I went ahead and I opened up a writing school. That's what I did because I
Oh,
figured, well, yeah, I'm tired of taking the dive constantly, and so I'm just going to teach other people to do it, you know, because I do it so well.
right. Yeah, it's always
But
close.
it is. But I even tried to get the kids involved in that, and they were like, "Nah, this is too much work,"
Yeah,
and they didn't
that.
like falling.
Oh, I don't know anybody that does.
I certainly
It's,
didn't. But I mean, even with that, it's something that I did for years and years and years and years, even before they were born. And but they were like, no. But now my oldest son, Devin, he has trained with kickboxers. I don't want to get them wrong. They do I'm probably slaughtering these names here. But anyway, he had a friend who did stuff like this, kickboxing and stuff like that, you know.
okay.
And his father owned a gym down in Miami, and Devin used to train down there with a lot of big names. So he got and he worked with a lot of what you guys are talking about and martial arts training. And so he is really into that. That's my oldest son, Devin. So he's probably going to be stopping by to see you guys because every time he sees anything to do with martial arts, he's like, he's there. He's right there. He likes that stuff.
Oh,
And
I
he's
enjoy talking to
probably,
anybody that comes by.
I know you'll be seeing him. Now, this is on the flip side. Okay. He was in Walmart. He was in Walmart one time and he's real laid back and easygoing in the very beginning. And he says, well, Mom, you know, in the teachings of whatever it is that he does, you learn to remain calm and try to collect yourself as much as possible, and you try to avoid the situation. You don't want to go in there because you can whip someone's ass pretty good. So you don't want to do that unless you absolutely have no other choice around it, and then you're trained just take care of it quick, get out
Oh,
with least damage to everybody.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Okay. So he goes into Walmart, and this guy, I don't know what was wrong with this guy, but he pushed my son.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. It took about, oh, I'm exaggerating, 20 seconds, and the guy was out cold.
Oh my.
I told Devin he's
That's,
like a python. And he just, and the guy was out cold. And he goes, that ends my problem there. Oh, I'll never go
wow,
back to Walmart again.
man, that's crazy.
So, you might not want your son to talk to Devin, but
Yeah.
I have to hand it to him. Nobody messes with him at Walmart anymore.
After setting the example like that, I can imagine that. That's wow.
Right? It's like, well, so much for your cool composure.
Oh wow.
And I
Yeah,
know.
That's
Oh, Brad, you just don't know. So,
it's yeah.
if
Uh,
he comes on the show a lot, he's on the show a lot with me. But I do have to say though, as funny as it is now, it wasn't so funny then. But it was quick. I mean, it was that. I mean, just like that. And it is true what they say. You don't want to go messing with people who do this well. I mean, it's people have no clue how talented and how very, very defensive they can be if
Absolutely.
pushed. And
Absolutely.
that's why they don't, want to take these risks. But having a son that does that, I really appreciate the people who have that talent and who diligently study to master this, because it's really an amazing thing when you do see the the way that they actually are able to do this. It's an amazing thing to watch. It really is. And I love watching the young ones do it. They're just like little little pearls just waiting to, just get out there and just show the world what they can do. And I'm amazed by them.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
totally amazed. Oh, I mean, something for a parent to be so proud of, especially at your son's age. Oh my
He's
gosh.
he's about, yeah. It's been just a hair over 2 years ago. They had a world tournament down in Fort Lauderdale that uh, he went to, and some of the other practitioners participated in.
Hmm.
So I mean, just to be at that time, he was 11. There was a few that were younger than him, and some that were older, but uh, to participate at that level at such a young age is astounding.
And
Um,
how well they do. I
absolutely.
mean,
He doesn't have his black belt yet. He should be. We're assuming he's going to be tested uh, sometime soon. I think he was a blue belt at that point, or no, I'm sorry, a purple belt, and he was going up against second and third degree black belts, and he came in middle of the pack. So he beat some, and then he got beat by others.
so your son at the age of 13 is an aspiring black belt at this point, at the age of 13.
He is.
Wow. Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Now, is he going to further take his studies furthermore from here? I'm assuming, yeah.
he he has he's never mentioned quitting at all. Every time we ask him, he wants to keep going and keep going. And this young man's work ethic is ridiculous. He, on top of training for both karate and jujitsu, he also does marching band.
Jiu-jitsu. Really?
Yes, and
What does he
let's see, there's
play?
he's percussion. So right now he's marching with the bass drum.
He's busy.
He is, and that's not the end of it yet. He just started up his own YouTube channel also for karate. So he is a busy young man, and still finds time to play with his friends.
I'm impressed. I mean,
I could
this
talk
kid's
about
going to
him all
go
day.
places.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's going to go places. So, I mean, I'm just, it's so nice hearing the positive feedback from a parent from what their child is doing. You get bombarded today with all the negativity, and it's like some people almost don't have faith in the kids anymore. It's like
right.
the ones like with your son, they shine. They just shine through. And it's just a very good, your son is a very, very, very good example of don't lose faith with these young people. You know,
I don't know.
they're out there. These little guys they're out there, and they're kicking some butt. They're doing good. And it's just so nice to hear. It really is. What a pleasure to hear about this, success. A 13-year-old child, almost a black belt.
Yeah.
And really can. win over a black belt
Yeah,
because he did.
he has, yes. And
That's impressive.
it's like I said, it's just so impressive what he's done. He's actually uh, he aged out of the spelling bees this year um, by going into the ninth grade. But he is also here's another one is a two-time county spelling bee champion. He's gone to state twice. Um, so yeah,
Wow.
he's got some accolades under his belt.
Yeah, he does. At 13.
At 13 years old, he was a school spelling bee champ twice, and then county twice also. Um,
Wow.
and if you ask him the word that his nemesis word is rutabaga. That's that's the one that he got out on a couple years ago. Yeah, so he
I
doesn't
can
like
understand
vegetables.
why.
He doesn't like vegetables very much right now.
Rutabaga. Nobody even knows what they are anymore, much less spell it.
I know. I had to look it up.
I grew up in Europe. I grew up mostly over in Germany, and rutabaga was a very popular um, vegetable over there.
Uh,
So we were used to it, but people over here were like, "What? What's
a,
that?"
a root of what?
Yeah, right. What? Oh, you eat it.
Man,
Oh
but
my goodness me, that's funny. Um, Now what about with sports? Is he into like baseball or football or
not really. He wanted
not
to play
really?
soccer a couple years ago also, and he got in the backyard with a soccer ball, was kind of training with it a little bit, playing around with him and his buddy, and then all of a sudden that thought just up in smoke. It was gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's found his niche. He likes this, and obviously it likes him too. It
Oh
sounds
yeah.
like he's doing great with it.
Oh yeah.
So, and the wonderful thing about it is that none of these football players are going to be bullying him around. Nope.
No. No.
No, I think he's going to be safe in high school.
Oh yeah. And so he's already got a ton of friends in high school. He's been with the band for uh 2 years now. So it's already a third of the school knows him. And he's he's just such a likable guy. I don't think I've heard anybody say anything bad about him. I don't know if that's out of
Wow.
respect or if it's out of fear. That's their secret
Who
to keep.
cares?
But yeah,
It's a dog eat dog world. Who cares?
it is. It is. So,
I'm sure it's because he's just delightful,
oh yeah.
honestly. But well, I mean that's a wonderful story. That really is. I love hearing about that. And I can't. Is he going to be at the Para-Comi-Con with you?
He is. He is.
Oh,
He's going to be sitting back behind the booth. He'd probably have his face glued to his phone. Um,
of course.
I'm gonna try to make him find something for him to do while we're up there. But I know last year he ran into a couple friends, and I told him to go disappear and you know find some
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, he's going to be up there with us. Won't be able to miss him. He's a little shorter than me, long hair. I have none. Can't confuse us.
Well, you do. It's just not here.
Yeah,
It's here.
his his comes down to about his shoulders from the top of his head. Mine comes down to yeah from the bottom of my head.
We were talking, by the way, for those that are listening, we were talking about that earlier before the show started with his beard. And Stan says that we're supposed to be having a what, a beard contest at the little bar. Stan, what's the
Um,
name of that little bar? I'm waiting to see what the name of it is. But there's going to be a bunch of us are getting together and going to this little club after the Para-Comi-Con, and I think that's where they're going to be. I think that's where they're going to be having all that. But it's supposed to be like a whole lot of fun afterwards. Um, but now, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, do you do regular picture framing, just without like sports emblems or anything like that, just regular frames, or do you cater basically to sports memorabilia?
we do have a couple styles that aren't really geared towards martial arts or sports. Um, I don't know if Stan can pull up the picture that they have of the custom uh, picture frame. Uh,
Stan, do you have those slides? Stan,
or I'm sorry, the custom poster frame.
I don't know where Stan went.
That's, uh, that's all right. He might be looking for it, but in the meantime, I
He
guess
might be.
I've got this one here where it's just squared edges. It's just a nice little simple clean. There we go. You can see the whole thing now.
Yeah, I
Um,
can see it well there.
just a picture frame. Once again, that's my son in there, but I didn't have any other pictures to put in here for now.
No,
And the cool thing about the
great
picture
picture.
frames, the frames that we make, I don't use glass in these. I get plexiglass, so you can bend
They don't
them.
shatter.
They don't shatter. If they fall off the wall, they'll break instead of you got shards of glass everywhere. They break into big chunks. You don't have to worry about kids, grandkids, you know, breaking them or throwing balls or hitting them or anything, and just totally shattering the glass. Um, and the other thing is, all the picture frames, well, not all of them, the ones that we do, just take them like that. They're totally supported by their own weight, so they just
Oh,
come apart
okay.
like that.
Oh, wow.
And you put your picture frame, put your picture in there.
So easy to change the pictures out of it.
It is, and it just slides right back in the bottom slots. Slide the top part back on, and it holds itself together.
That's cool.
And I looked for quite a while for anything close to what we make on that, and I haven't found anything anywhere. So these are definitely unique for what we do.
Well, what I like about that also is that, you'd have to get a different size plexiglass, but that is so convertible to use for all kinds of different sizes, including the non-popular sizes. It's not a 5 by 7 or 11 by 14. It can be a 12 by 15 for that matter, but it would
Absolutely.
still fit into that frame.
And I mean, I could make custom size ones. I just got to scale up or scale down the dimensions. I don't know how well this is going to come across here, but here's a picture of a custom poster frame that I did.
Oh, that's neat.
And that was actually for the sensei at the dojo. If you look at the corners, let me try to get a picture. Good.
Yeah.
There we go. I think you can kind of see the corners there.
Uh-huh.
Um, They're kind of tied together with the string.
Yeah,
There we go. That's it.
there it is. Oh,
Thank you.
hi, Stan.
Um, but that was a custom order for our dojo, and I mean,
Wow.
we see it every day that we're in there, and I mean, just me knowing that I made that in there, um, it's a really awesome feeling.
I
Um,
bet.
and there's some nunchucks, a picture of a set of nunchucks that we made. I have several different styles. That's a shadow box. It's got a inspirational little saying in the middle there on the middle stone, and then different types of stones that surround it. I think those are actually tiger's eye. That's our
Mm-hmm.
Tano keyframe. You can see the keys hanging up there. You can hang medals up. Um, it's like I said, the sides are there. There's no sides holding it together. It's just the top and bottom, and the weight of it just
That's
really centers it
amazing.
down.
Oh, that's cool.
That is our comma entry shelf. It's just a little entryway shelf you can hang up, and you can display martial arts items. I actually put my wallet and keys and sunglasses up on the one we have in ours every day when I get home from work.
What is that up on the top? What's that called?
Those are commas, Kama. They're just little handheld scythes um, that they used to use way back in the day to harvest rice, and they trained with them and turned them into weapons so that they could defend themselves in
Wow.
Okinawa.
Interesting.
And then you can see we got some nunchucks hanging up underneath as well. Um, that's some more of our shadow boxes. That's like I think that's all of the different stones that we have. And I wish that I could remember what all stones we have on there. I know we got rose quartz, tiger's eye. I think it's labradorite, and I can't remember the maybe some amethyst in there also.
Yeah, it looks like rose quartz. Is that lapis?
I think
No?
yeah, the blue. I think it's the blue one.
Is that lapis?
I believe so. Um, I know that was
Nice.
yeah. My wife is that's her design. She made me do the dangerous part and cut all the wood out. Um, but it was a lot of fun working with her to make that stuff. And each one of
I bet.
uh, those are all out of her head. Um, that whole design. She's got one. Oh, there's our belt display with all the belts, almost fully loaded
Oh,
there.
wow.
There's a couple of trophies and medals that he's won, um,
This
along
is
with a
your
little.
son's?
That is his.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and those are all his belts too. He earned each one of those.
Impressive.
Let's see,
Really impressive.
yeah, the shadow boxes. She's got one that's I can't remember what the inspirational stone in the middle is, but it's glitter and excuse me. Um, actually, I think the inspirational stone is dream, but behind it she has the box on the inside painted with glitter, and it's kind of like it waves. So it's just what she saw in her head that she put it down into the wood, and all of those she created. So I'm pretty
Wow.
happy with how she got those to turn out the way she thought they were.
You guys definitely make a good team, that's for sure. Yeah, that they are. They're really, really pretty. Very pretty.
Uh,
Now, is she interested in jujitsu at all?
She's not. Um,
No.
she drives them up there um, and talk shop with some of the other parents. and kind of hangs out. And, uh, but she doesn't train the martial arts like we do. I try to I pick at her a little bit here and there to try to get her into it, but she's no, no. Um, she has trained with some Kali sticks, the Arnie sticks, uh, for a little while, and then I think she kind of lost interest in that. Um,
Hmm.
Not sure if you know what those are or not, or but I got a set over here. Give me just a second. That's These are the Arnie sticks or Kali sticks.
Okay.
They're just sticks, but they're traditionally made with rattan or a hardwood from I think it's yeah the Philippines, and they train with those over with those. The little bit that I've worked with them on, I can tell you it's a really good shoulder workout, especially for anybody that has shoulder mobility issues. Working with these will definitely help uh, improve that mobility and that range of motion and all. And it's a lot of fun
Wow.
once you figure out some of the stuff that you can do with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, she won't. We can't get her out onto the mats to train. Been trying, but
I don't know. You might not ever get her to do it.
yeah, that's all right though. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
Right. Right. I mean, I was surprised when Devin went into it and he got so good at it because nobody in our family really, had an interest in it. But when we found that he was, you know, really doing well in it, we started taking a second look at it. And it was like, there's a lot of work to this.
Oh
There
yeah,
really is a lot of work to it.
it's a lot of work, a lot of
This is something,
dedication,
yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
He really enjoyed his time doing it. He's 36 now. So now we have a neighbor across the street, and Terry, and he's a sensei.
Oh,
He
cool.
teaches, yeah, he teaches karate, I think. I think it's karate. I don't know. Again,
Yeah, there's
but
there's so many different
and he
styles.
is like in, huh?
There's so many different styles. It's
There
yeah.
is. There is. And I'll tell you what, Terry is like, well, I won't say his name or I won't say his age because he'll be like, hmm. But I know he's in his 70s. But man, you wouldn't know it. I wouldn't, if I was a bad guy, I wouldn't want to be coming across Terry on a
Oh,
bad day. I
mm-mm. Yeah.
And he is the nicest man you'd ever want to meet. Calm, easygoing, but you just know that there's a storm just brewing underneath those clear skies.
Oh yeah. This,
It's like, don't
when
make a
when
thing.
when they when those guys get up there in age, man, it's yeah. I mean, they'll be the nicest, sweetest old person you could ever meet. But the second you say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, that you're looking at them from the ground through foggy eyes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he truly is amazing. He is like the epitome of somebody who has studied this like most all of his life. And you can even tell by the way he walks. He, like you say, with confidence. He's like, he doesn't really worry about anybody messing with him or sneaking up on him. It's like he knows if somebody's behind him, he he's fully aware. he
Oh yeah,
he is always fully aware of what goes on all the way around him. You'd never know it. You would never know it. But I've never heard, and I've known Terry now for almost 20 years. I've never, not one time, never heard him raise his voice. Not one time. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to.
Oh
He
no,
just
it's
has a certain way of saying something. You know if he's serious.
oh yeah.
You know. And it's just that there's just a certain way that they exude respect.
Yeah.
They don't have to
It's
ask
really
for it. They
really impressive how they carry themselves, and
it is.
it just
It
all
is.
shows up for the. But,
And I think it's magnificent for a child to learn that because I mean that's something that'll stay with him for the rest of his life. And
oh
it definitely it makes them stand out. I mean you can tell. You can tell when a child has been trained in something like that
mhm,
just from their way that they're politely courteous, but don't underestimate them.
right.
Don't ever try something stupid or underestimate them. Be
Yeah.
probably the last time you'd ever want to do something foolish like that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think that that gives a child so much confidence because they're not always worried about being bullied. They're not always worried about who's behind them and who's going to be doing what, who's going to they don't worry about that. They know they can handle themselves in a
Mhm.
sticky situation like that. And that makes it so much easier for mom and dad because mom and dad know he's got this covered. He's for the most part got this covered.
Oh yeah.
And being able to feel that feeling of confidence and letting your child go out in the world knowing that he has the tools that he needs to take care of himself and he'll do just fine. That that's priceless. That
Yeah.
really is. That's priceless.
And the
But
cool
I
thing is,
can't wait to meet your son.
yeah,
Tell me.
he'll be up there with us, I'm sure. The cool thing is watching him with all his friends. If they get out and just watch them, they'll be the goofiest group of kids you can think of, but they're also the safest kids. Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of them because they all cover each other's bags. It's really
That's
impressive how they
amazing.
bond.
That's amazing. And I mean, kids are going to be kids, but it's kids like that who have a second sense about them. They're not going to take the stupid risks that a lot of the other kids are going to take. They'll let them go on ahead and make the mistake and sit there and go, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
can sit back and go, told you not to do it.
That's why you don't do things like that.
That's what we know. And then we
Yeah.
can sit around and laugh about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're telling
Told you
that
not to
story
do
for
it.
years. Mm.
Exactly. These will be the stories that go around every Thanksgiving.
You remember when that one guy did that?
That's what I always tell my kids whenever they do something really bumbleheaded. I look at them and I go, you realize it's going to be the story for many Thanksgivings to come.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're like, oh God.
No, anything but that one again.
Exactly. Do we have to do this? Yep, yep, yep. You still got about 5 more years left on this one.
Yeah, yeah. You need to come up with a new one for me.
Oh, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, I have really enjoyed seeing what you've got here. You guys do some beautiful work. You
Uh,
really do.
Thank you, thank you.
And I mean, of course, it's been fascinating talking to you about your son and about you know, the athletical part about this whole thing. And isn't it amazing how an interest turns into something entrepreneurial?
It really
It's
is.
like it is. And and I love talking to people to see how they came across the idea that they have, how, what led up to it. And it's 9 out of 10 times just a deep love that somebody has for something, and they turn it into something that that they can reproduce on their own and share with everybody else and make a business out of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh yeah. It's always a lot of fun. It's and for me, it's kind of therapeutic and meditative to come out here
Yes.
and work with the wood. Um, it's it's so relaxing. You just get the saws going or the sanders, and you just zone in. And I mean, you have to pay attention. Is the
Mm-hmm.
second you take your eyes off of what you're doing, that's when you lose something. And I've still got all of my somethings. So
Thank goodness.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I enjoy it. I've kind of I took a little bit of a break earlier this year. Um, One reason I've been trying to figure out this our ball frames, and that was the engineering behind that one was kicking my rear end. And then I finally got
Good.
that figured out, and I got several of those cranked out. Um, and now I'm back at it. I'm out here working again in the shop. Um, so just try to get out here every weekend, and when I have a little extra time to knock some more stuff out, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully somebody see it, like it, take it home, and give it a nice, good home with a really cool picture to show off inside of it.
Absolutely. What a feeling of pride, into something like that.
It
To
is
know that you made something that's giving somebody else joy for for that to be there.
right.
And yeah, this year at the Para-Comi-Con, I've decided to reprise something that I used to do with a dear friend of mine, Jewel, back years ago. And we used to make a lot of Native American pots and stuff like that. And oh, God, all kinds of things. And because we're both card carrying Native Americans, we can sell them
Oh,
as authentic Native American made products. And so I took her name and I took my name and I combined it together. She was Jewel and I was Hawk, and we came and I put the names together and I came out with a jeweled hawk.
oh,
And yeah, and I lost my sweet Jewel back in January. I think it's been 2 years now
oh no!
that I
I'm sorry to
lost
hear
my
that.
friend. Yeah. And so I've just basically, I'm continuing on with the Jeweled Hawk and in memoriam of my sweet friend Jewel. And but I've changed what we used to do Native American, although I'll still do the Native American. That's who I am. But now I've changed the formatting on it, and I'm not really letting a lot of it out, what I've done with it, until we get to the Para-Comi-Con. Because it's
Oh,
a lot of what I've done, it's just I've changed my whole format on this particular things that I'm doing from Native American to this, and it's super, super cool.
oh,
So, but like you say, it's taking, something that you love to do. And of course, my thing is the paranormal, spooky things.
right.
And I also work with cryptozoology. So, it's taking all those kind of a things and wrapping it all up together and boom, you throw it into a pot and this is what you got. And so I've done the same thing with what you're doing your frames. I'm doing the same thing with what I've created to bring to the Para-Comi-Con. And I love going around to the different vendors because when they hand make something, you see them in everything that's sitting there. You see a part of them. And there's some cool people out there. There's
There
some
are
really cool people out there. And I love it. I love it. Like talking to you, you're a super cool guy, and your son is absolutely amazing. And you can see it in what you guys do. That is really, that is nice stuff that you do. but I can see you in each and every one of those because you take pride in it and it shows.
I do.
So I think you're going to do really, really well this year at the con. I really
I feel
do.
it. I feel it also. It's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
fun if nothing else. I mean,
I
I'm there
know,
for the
right?
experience and, just meeting everybody. That's my favorite thing. If I sell
There's
stuff,
some cool people.
yeah,
Yeah, there's some cool people to meet this year too.
that's what I've heard.
We got yeah, William Perry, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, really. Um, Lee Triana Terry Brown from Repossessed. That's my bud there. She's something else. And of course, Blaine Rohan. Um, he's on my show every the first Tuesday of every month.
Oh,
And
wow.
we just have a gap session, just me and Blaine, and we talk about everything under the sun. And we really enjoy ourselves. But then there's Jeremy Leonard, the Cajun demonologist. Great guy, absolutely great guy. Oh my gosh, there's just so many people, and Lee's husband is going to be there. Matt, he's going to be there as well. They're doing workshops about psychic children. Do you
Oh,
have a psychic child? Yeah, that one's pretty cool. That one's pretty cool. Um, I mean, just all what they're doing and the different things that they're doing. I'm giving a small workshop there on cryptozoology, and I just got through training with Ken Gerhardt, and so he's absolutely he's got with William Shatner's Unexplained Mysteries with William Shatner, and he is absolutely amazing himself. So I mean, there's just a whole bunch of diverse different things that are going on there, and everything from authors to producers to paranormal to horror to golly, I mean, we gonna be busy.
oh yeah. It's a good
Yeah,
thing, though. It's a good problem to have
it
to be
is a good
busy like that.
it is a good thing. Yeah, your son will probably disappear on you in the morning and won't be coming back till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just looking around.
But that's fine. Get them up, moving around. You know,
There's
get
so
that
much
phone
there
away
to
from 'em.
see. And we're doing yeah, right? We're doing a haunted house this year too.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
We're
Might
going to
have
be
to check
doing a
that one
haunted
out.
house this year. I know.
See if I can get.
I'm kind of curious as to how they're going to I'm going to help them put it together too. So it's going to be a blast.
Oh, sounds like it. I have to see if I can't get the wife and the kid to go through there, 'cause they're not very
Oh
into
yeah.
they don't like the horror side of things. Like I grew up watching all the classic horror movies,
Right.
and I mean it was just I love it. Um, they're they crack me up. They're probably going to kill me if they hear me, when they find out I told people this. But if they're watching anything scary and the music starts playing, something's about to pop out. They plug their ears and their eyes turn into saucers. They still watch, but they plug their ears. I don't understand, but it's funny, and I think it's genetic because my I saw my son do it, and he never saw my wife do it. So I think it's a genetic thing.
It's
But
like I'll watch it, but I'm not watching it.
I'm not going to listen to it, but I'll watch what happens.
I'm not going to hear it, and I'm not going to look at it, but I'll watch it with you.
Absolutely. But yeah, so
Oh
I
my
have to see if I
goodness.
can't drag them up to that haunted house. Go see how they react with that.
Yeah, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. Um, so for everybody out there, we're going to put in a reminder to you. Ozark, Alabama, September 14th and 15th at the Ozark Civic Center. It's going to be a blast. What we're talking about is the Deep South Para-Comi-Con, and it's just all those people who we have mentioned, and so many more are going to be there. And if you're interested in getting a vendor spot, I believe there's still a few available. They're going fast. Um, if you're interested in it, it will be the Deep South Para-Comi-Con. That's one word, Deep South Para-Comi-Con at gmail.com. And there you can get all the information on, the costs and the setups and everything that you need to know and to get in to be a vendor at the Deep South Para-Comi-Con. Again, that's deepsouthparacomicon.com is another one that you can go to. Um, it's just going to be a lot of fun. Bring the kids, bring the whole family. There's something for everybody there. There really is. You've got great vendors, as you've just seen here, that are going to be there. There's some great food stuff that's going to be there. I mean, the sweet stuff. They were there last year. Did you taste any of that stuff, Brad?
I did not. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it was. I was
oh,
stuck sitting at my table for almost the entire time.
this stuff is good.
I'm gonna
We
have to check it
unfortunately
out.
sat too close to them.
Oh no, I have to make
Yes,
I have to put that one on my to do
take it
list.
from me. Yeah, they're good. They're very good. So, but everybody come on out and take a look at the Deep South Para-Comi-Con and what's going to be going on. And there's going to be meet and greets and photo ops and authors who are going to be there. They're going to have their books for sale where you can get their books autographed. And just a little bit for everybody is going to be going on there. They're also going to have the Life South Bloodmobile is going to be there. And of course, we all know that's for a good cause. Um, 1 pint of blood can do numerous, not just give blood to one person. I mean, 1 pint of blood can really help a lot of people. So that would be a great thing if you could contribute with that as well. But everybody come on out and see us. I'm going to be there. Brad's going to be there. Come out and meet Brad, meet his son, meet his wife. The whole family's going to be there. So everybody come on out. We'll be talking to you guys again next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we're having Blaine back. Yay, my buddy Blaine is going to be here. And oh, the things that we have to talk about. Whew, let me tell you, we always come up with something. You guys know that. So it was great talking to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to us. And we'll see you guys again at 7 o'clock next Tuesday with Blaine Rohan. Bye, everybody. Take care.